begin with breaking news. Police are searching for a missing 14-year-old boy who did not come home from school. 13 Wham's Doug Embledge is live as police search the area around Highland Park and Mount Hope Cemetery. Doug?
Yeah, I'm outside the gates to Mount Hope Cemetery, Ginny, and just a few seconds ago, a City of Rochester vehicle pulled out through the gates, and inside was a City of Rochester security officer, and I yelled to him, "Did they find the boy?" And he looked at me and he said, "No, they did not." So the search continues at this hour. Here's what happened earlier today. The boy is a student at school number 12. That's the school right across from Highland Hospital on South Avenue. He left school but did not come home to his house in the city. After he was reported missing, police had some information that perhaps he was in a wooded area. So they were searching Highland Park near the school and not far away here in Mount Hope Cemetery. They also enlisted the help of the state police, who brought in their chopper, and it could be seen above the neighborhoods here around Strong Memorial Hospital and over toward the school as well tonight. So at this point, as far as we know, this 14-year-old boy who's been missing since the school day has not been found tonight. We'll stay here and see how the search progresses. Reporting live on Mount Hope Avenue, Doug Embledge, 13 Wham News. Breaking news, the search for a missing teen with autism continues at this hour. A photo released by police today shows the 14-year-old. He was last seen getting off his school bus yesterday morning. Now the boy's family is pleading for help.
Come home. We love you, and we just want you to come home. Period.
Police say Trayvon Rowe got off the school bus at School 12 yesterday, but he never went in school. Surveillance cameras captured video of him leaving the area after getting off the bus. Police, family, and volunteers then spent this day searching wooded areas near the school. 13 Wham's Samantha Miles joins us live. She just got a briefing from the Rochester Police Department a few minutes ago. What are they saying now, Samantha?
Doug, I can tell you the search is still going on as we speak. Authorities searching by helicopters today, and on the ground they have searched ponds. They have gone to several houses, going door to door, asking folks if they know anything, if they've seen anything. Then you have the volunteers that have joined in this search today. Close to 1,000 people a part of this search now. The family says Trayvon does not know the area well, and they're asking folks to look in garages, to look in cars, even under cars. The school is also looking over surveillance videos of him getting off the bus. Police have been searching the Mount Hope Cemetery and Highland Park. They say weather today, it's been snowing, it's been cold, the snow coming on and off. That has made things difficult, and the urgency not just for Trayvon's safety, but also for his health.
Right now, the weather has been our biggest factor. You know, yesterday we were able to utilize the helicopter, the state police helicopter, at some point, but then darkness came upon us again. So, like I said, we're going to continue this, and we've been doing a lot of efforts. We're going to continue this until darkness falls upon us, and then, like I said, the investigation will constantly continue, and we're asking the public to call us with any information that you might have.
And considering all the volunteers that showed up to help today, police really commended the community effort. So important in a case like this, finding Trayvon. And they've received a lot of 911 calls with leads, and they encourage people, call if you think you know anything about Trayvon, call 911. Again, he's about 5'10", seen last wearing a black Nautica jacket, jeans, red shoes. He's also got earrings, and he's a quiet, shy kid. So take that and just be sure to call 911 if you know anything. For now, we're live at Highland Park. Search continues at this hour. Samantha Miles.
You're watching 13 Wham ABC. And this is 13 Wham News at 11.
And all I'm just asking y'all, just bring my baby back home.
Tonight, a tragic end to the search for 14-year-old Trayvon Rowe.
The body that was taken from the river is a male with a physical and clothing description consistent with Trayvon Rowe.
The discovery 4 days after Trayvon was last seen outside his school Thursday morning. Hundreds of volunteers helped in the search. People who didn't know Trayvon but felt a connection.
It's every parent's worst nightmare, but when you combine special needs, such as kids on the spectrum, it's 10 times worse.
And police tonight are working to make a positive ID. Still, the hopes of finding Trayvon have turned to grief. 13 Wham's Justin Carter is standing by, but we begin our team coverage with 13 Wham's Amanda Valdez.
Ginny, Rochester police say a number of calls led them to a section under the Frederick Douglass Susan B. Anthony Bridge, and that's where people say they saw Trayvon. Now, that's where crews sent a diver into the water earlier today and where police ultimately found a body. Now, police say that those sightings of Trayvon near the water came before they put out the missing persons report. And when police first searched the area, they didn't find anything. Now, today they sent a crew team into the Genesee River and used sonar equipment. Trayvon has been missing since Thursday morning. Police say he got off of his bus but never entered School 12. They say there are city cameras in that area that point to the Genesee River, but so far have not seen any images that captured Trayvon there. Now, police say they followed up with every tip and lead and say this is not the outcome everyone hoped to have.
I am very, very sad by this news, which is every parent's worst fear. My heart and my prayers go out to Trayvon's family and friends. Trayvon is a very special little boy who was loved, and he captured the hearts of our entire community. I want to thank the thousands of Rochester citizens who took to the streets in the snow and cold to look for Trayvon. Our city's heart clearly shined.
We followed up every tip and every lead that we received. So in a case like this, with a missing person, we're trying to find the child as quickly as possible. We left no stone unturned. So again, a lot of it was due to the media coverage, a lot of it due to the volunteers that spread out over this community to get the word out. So there were many tips, many leads that we followed up on.
And police say right now there are no signs of foul play, but this investigation is far from over. They will still continue to work this case and try to trace all of the steps that Trayvon took before he went missing. Live in Rochester, I'm Amanda Valdez, 13 Wham News.
All right, thank you, Amanda. It has been a painstaking 4 days for family and friends of Trayvon Rowe. Justin Carter has been talking to them and is live for us tonight. Justin?
Hey, Jenny, yeah, the family just devastated, saddened by this news. They say they were hopeful for a positive outcome and saddened, though, tonight that it wasn't the outcome that they had hoped for. Now, Superintendent Barbara Dean Williams says the district at the same time is bringing in an independent investigator to determine what went wrong and why it took so long for the district to even realize Trayvon was missing. She says the protocol for reporting an absent child is to just simply phone home. A phone call home to a parent or guardian. The district says internally there's been conflicting information about when the call was made or who the call was made to. Trayvon possibly found about 2 miles from School 12 where he was last seen. His uncle tonight telling us they want the district to be held accountable.
They definitely dropped the ball, and I feel like if they would have just called, I don't think we'd be having this conversation right now. That phone call would have made a difference between him being missing that first night. By the time the school bus got the other kids home, and by the time we realized that he wasn't at school or wasn't on that bus, it was already late in the evening.
We're still checking to see if and when a call went out and to whom and to what number. So that's what I mean about having the opportunity to actually look at the actual facts. What we're hearing is a lot of inconsistent information. It's important to me that we get the accurate information and the facts.
That uncle also going on to tell me tonight that Trayvon should have been escorted to or from the school building. They say that arrangement was not organized by the school district. Meantime, the mayor in that press conference just a couple hours ago, she said a vigil will be held tomorrow at 7:00 p.m. Location to be determined. We're live here downtown. I'm Justin Carter, 13 Wham News. Jenny?
All right, thank you, Justin. We will be there tomorrow night. And coming up, we will hear from Trayvon's friends and continue to follow this story, bringing you the very latest on air and tomorrow morning on Good Day Rochester. You can also always find the latest on 13wham.com. In New York City tonight, 2 people are dead after a tourist helicopter crashed in New York's East River tonight. The incident caught on camera. 3 people are in critical condition. One person, the pilot, was rescued from the water. After hitting the river, the chopper flipped upside down in the water and submerged. Tonight, a community that searched together for Trayvon Rowe mourned together, and his grieving mother showed her gratitude.
Thank y'all so much. There's not enough thank you that I can say to every last one of you.
There was sorrow and solidarity as people stood side by side tonight to remember Trayvon Rowe. They first came together to search when he disappeared Thursday. Trayvon's body was found last night in the Genesee River. As Amanda Valdez reports, Autism Up led the volunteer search and also organized tonight's vigil. Amanda?
Ginny, the Rochester community stood together as they begin to heal. Losing Trayvon was not only devastating for his family, but for the hundreds of volunteers that went out searching for him, many of them pledging tonight that they will never stop supporting his family.
'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear.
A mother in mourning, fighting back tears, knowing she won't ever get to see her son again.
There's so many of y'all come out for me and my babies.
14-year-old Trayvon Rowe united a community, some complete strangers who never met him, all now pledging to stand with his family as they mourn his loss.
Thank y'all so much. There's not enough thank you that I can say to every last one of you.
A candlelight vigil at the Blue Cross Arena reassured Trayvon's family of just how many people he touched, how many loved his quiet and warm-hearted personality.
You have helped us in ways that I shall never forget. We are eternally grateful to each and every one of you for your countless hours.
Volunteers spent days searching for him after Trayvon got off of the bus Thursday morning but never made it to class at School 12. Scuba crews found him Sunday in the Genesee River.
We always had the hope, and we were praying and had faith that the outcome was going to be different.
I actually imagined my son being that age and getting off the bus, not being watched, and it's hurtful.
Organizers from Autism Up helped coordinate the event. They say they wanted to bring the community together so they could lean on each other in hopes of finding closure.
Doing this will be a really important part of the healing process, not only for Trayvon's family, but for our community.
Everyone who loved Trayvon says the next coming days, weeks, and years won't be easy without him, but they will cherish every memory they made together.
Those memories we'll take to our grave. But if each and every one of us really want to honor him, it is my hope that we will stay one city.
And Mayor Lovely Warren pledged tonight that she will continue to work with officials to try to find answers for Trayvon's family as to what and the moments that led up to his disappearance. For now, we're live in Rochester. Amanda Valdez at 13 WHAM News at 10 on Fox Rochester.
All right, thank you. And tonight, the Rochester Central Library was lit up in blue in honor of Trayvon. This is also the color of autism awareness, all to show support to his family and a symbol of how the whole community is feeling this loss.
What went wrong? What might have saved Trayvon Rowe?
Again, adult failures led to a young man's death in our community.
Rochester's mayor and police chief finding fault with the 911 center.
They want me to start fire.
And the city school district.
We are here for one reason and one reason only, and that is to take full and complete responsibility for this young man's passing.
Major revelations today about what went wrong in the disappearance and then death of 14-year-old Trayvon Rowe. Mistakes were made. 3 teachers marked him as present the day he disappeared, even though he never entered the school. The district says there was an effort to alter the attendance record. And we begin our team coverage with Jane Flash on mistakes that were made at the 911 center that day.
Well, we've learned that Thursday morning, about a half an hour after Trayvon got off the school bus and failed to go inside school number 12, several people called 911 to report a boy standing on the wrong side of the guardrail of the Freddie Sue Bridge looking scared. But 911 dispatchers sent only a state trooper car, not the fire department and not the scuba squad.
There are 911 recordings where bystanders reported someone on the bridge. While the 911 center dispatched a state trooper, it is also our protocol that when someone is in distress on a bridge above water to dispatch fire rescue and notify the scuba team. This did not happen. And you know what? We have to own it.
Now, as a result of that, divers did not get into the water until Sunday, 3 days later. The mayor and the police chief also had harsh words for the city school district. The district did not report the boy missing until he had already been gone almost 10 hours. And incredibly, when the first police officers arrived at the school at 5:15 on Thursday, the school would not turn over security video that could have helped the investigation.
There was I guess I'll say a confrontation, a verbal confrontation, where the officer demanded to see the video, was told that the on-site school people needed higher level authorization, but however, based upon a repeated demand by the officer, they did in fact eventually show him the video.
Now, the mayor says the district also has to own their failures in this case. 6 911 employees are being disciplined. They are on administrative leave. We are told all 911 employees will get new training in bridge protocol. It is unclear whether that protocol would have saved Trayvon's life, but it could have given him a fighting chance. Reporting live, Jane Flash, 13 WHAM News.
The district has stopped the internal investigation into Trayvon's death so as to not interfere with the Attorney General's ongoing investigation. Tonight, Amanda Valdez heard from parents about what they want. Amanda?
Jenny, the changes include going beyond robocalls by contacting parents directly if a student is absent or unexcused. Now, while parents welcome the new procedures, they say they should have been in place a long time ago. Nearly 3 months after Travion Rowe walked away from School 12 and 3 teachers failed to mark him absent, the city school district is implementing changes and tightening procedures to account for every student left in their care.
To be honest with you, they should have had them there in the first place, okay, for safety reasons.
Diane Sheffield's grandchildren attend schools in the district.
When my granddaughter or my great-grandson is dropped off, then we're expecting them to be safe.
Her priority is how school leaders communicate with parents.
The robocalls are not good. I really think that there should be real-time calls.
District leaders say they've hired 10 attendance assistants. Their duties include making personal phone calls when a child is absent if the parent isn't reached by the district's morning attendance robocall.
I should know what my child is doing at all times.
Some district parents say a tragedy like this shouldn't be the cause behind change.
I think they failed the poor boy and his family.
District officials say principals participated in extensive attendance training, lessons they will then pass on to teachers and staff. But Jason Brown, Trevion's mother's lawyer, is cautious of the changes.
I'm concerned that these are going to be cosmetic changes.
Brown says his mom wants to see school leaders follow through with the changes they are promising.
Some of these are logical steps in the right direction. Unfortunately, moving forward doesn't bring Trayvon back.
District leaders say they are also working to update their attendance manual. Now, with the help of the attendance assistants, they will update family contact information for students. Officials say they are now contacting an average of 1,000 families per day regarding attendance.